Irashaimase, and welcome back. My name is Mizuchi Yoruka, Blue Dragon Vtuber, and we're back in A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Micheal. Last time we just did the Christmas festival, and that's about all. And then Miya-san asked us to meet her, i.e. Risa-san, in the Atelier after the event. So that is where we are now. Yay! When I arrived at the Atelier, which could be more accurately called Miya's hideout, I announced myself as usual. I didn't want to let on that I was particularly self-conscious or anything. Miya-san, I'm coming in. When I opened the door, Miya was standing next to the window, silently gazing outside. Oh, the fireworks! They're still going! It seemed like it had been quite a while since the finale had begun, but fireworks were still going off. I'll bet you can get a really good view from up here. I stood next to Miya and looked up at the dazzling night sky. I suppose it's nice to have fireworks in winter once in a while. Yeah, I don't object. You're supposed to say, yeah, they are nice. Is that so? Stepping away from the window, Miya took a seat in her chair she normally used to when she was cutting class. That was a really hard sentence for me to say for some reason. Not really paying her any mind, I continued to watch the fireworks. Man, just how many fireworks did Ria Sensei get her hands on? And just when I thought there would be a momentary lull, more fireworks would shoot up into the air. At this point, they were more astounding than beautiful. Money must have been no object when it came to the Horizon family. Hey, how much longer do you think they're going to keep shooting these? Huh? I turned around to look behind me as I pointed out the window. Miya had cleared off the table and was rummaging around in a large paper bag, apparently preparing something. What are you doing? Would you like some help? No, thank you. Just please sit there, Risa-san. Miya motioned for me to have a seat next to her. Oh god, is this one of those things? I wasn't really sure what was going on, but I sat as requested. Miya withdrew a bottle from the bag and showed to me. Wine, milady. We're underage. I have no refrigerator in here, but after letting this sit outside the window, I imagine it should be sufficiently chilled. Oh, champagne? Oh. Naturally, for the sake of my dear upstanding class representative peace of mind. It contains no alcohol. Damn. When did you manage to set this up? I did so stealthily. Stealthily? I wish to surprise you, Risa-san. Well, you certainly succeeded. Next, she placed 2 champagne glasses on the table. This is getting really romantic randomly. Along with Mia's tea set, this room was quickly becoming home to more and more of her personal belongings. It was really her own little hideout. I wouldn't be surprised if she lived here soon enough. Shall we toast? It's not much, but I have some snacks as well. Sure, I'm impressed that you didn't bring a cake. I was a little bewildered. Was this the reason Miya-san has called me up here? To celebrate Christmas? Fest, I mean? And its successful completion? The glasses were filled with champagne and the 2 of us toasted. To Christmas Fest! Oh, they're too cute. They're too cute. Merry Christmas. They said the words. The champagne was sweet and flavorful, going down easy. The bubbles tickled my tired throat on their way down. I knew there was no alcohol in it, but for some reason I was feeling a little flushed. Maybe it was because Miya was so close. The toast had gone fine, but there was still awkwardness in the air. Hey, do you guys feel a little awkward? There's like a little bit of awkwardness in the air. Can you taste it? One of us needed to break the tension. And then, to my surprise, Miya was the first to speak up. Oh, yes, Risa-san. I happen to have a Christmas present for you. Oh, fuck. I didn't get you one. Now I feel like a piece of shit. What? But I didn't get anything for you. I never could have predicted this. Actually, until a moment ago, I never could have predicted it. I'd be having a private Christmas party with Miya right now. It's nothing much, but please accept this. Miya presented me with a small package. When I opened it, what I found inside was her panties. Just kidding. These are Pachinko bears. They're the ones from this room. You seem to have viewed them so longingly before. I didn't like them that much. Thank you, Miya-san. Today, at least, I would have been would be straightforward. I would graciously accept Mia's goodwill. That was my intent, but then I suddenly felt extremely embarrassed. Say, do you mind if I break into these snacks? By all means, go ahead. That's why I brought them, to eat them. I opened the package of what appeared to be imported snacks and pulled out some chocolate and crackers. Crackers. I was particularly hungry, but I shoved them into my mouth regardless. Yum 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 yum. Mia stared intently at her glass. What was all this silence about? Mia was the one who invited me here, but she wore such a troubled expression and wouldn't say anything. I'm glad Christmas Fest went so smoothly. I tried to lighten the mood with some unconscious talk. Inoshia's talk. Inokia's talk. Indeed. Getting everything ready in time was really tough. It was nice we made icebox cookies, so we could make them in our free time and then just stick them in the freezer. Yeah, they took so long to bake. We must have spent all day taking turns using the oven. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I think it was all worthwhile, though. Those Santa outfits were... Hey, Risa-san, will you shut up for a second? Huh? She suddenly said my name. Then she turned to me with a serious look in her eyes. I reflexively returned the glass, which I had been about to take a drink from, back to the table. Set it down. Miya-san, Risa-san, do you like me? Whoops. I pressed the wrong fucking button. I like you, Miya-san, is that enough? Her unexpected question left me completely and utterly speechless. How could I answer something out of the blue like that? With me being unable to answer, unable to make a single sound, Miya slowly stood. As if following her lead, I also rose from my seat. Facing each other head on, looking like we were about to face off, she began to confess her feelings. Do you like me? Why did we switch from the romantic scene to this non-romantic part? Do you like me? Again, I'm speechless. My words surprised her, leaving her utterly speechless. What words? You didn't make any words. And so, not hearing any response, I continued to speak. Somehow I expected I might elicit this sort of reaction from her. What happened? What are you talking about? She said, do you like me? And then she asked, do you like me again? And I said, huh? And my words surprised her, leaving her utterly speechless. So, your non-words left her surprisingly speechless because you didn't say anything? Question mark? Somehow, I expected I might elicit this sort of reaction from her. I'm still kind of confused about what's going on, so I had no plans to stop here, because today I wanted her to listen to what I had to say. Am I Miya-san? Is that what's going on? That was when did the roles change? Alright, I guess for Miya-san, that makes a lot more sense. To how I managed to become so smitten with her. I think so. Oh, spin cut. Jeez, Miya-san, here I find you skipping class again. And you tirelessly follow me yet again. Initially, I disliked Risa for her obstinate pursuit of me when I would skip class. I even found her obnoxious. My dear class representative, wouldn't your time be better spent elsewhere? What are you talking about? On that recent test, you made quite a few careless errors, did you not? How did you know about that? When the teacher was returning the test, your paper was next in line after mine, so I was able to catch a brief glimpse of it. You could tell how many I missed just from that? It was more than enough for me. You had an incorrect kanji on the third question, and the sentence in the fifth question was... Enough already! Stop making fun of me! If you wish, I could lend you my test to use it as an example of what proper solutions would look like. Wow, talk about gaslighting, Miya-san. I don't need it, okay? I harassed and belittled her constantly. I was always trying to drive that stubborn girl away. But then one day, One fateful day. Ah! Class has ended, it seems. The bell had sounded and I could hear the growing clamor of students' voices. Yet again, I had forgotten attending class. Normally the class representative girl would come running and scold me any minute now. But for some reason, she never appeared that day. I wonder why, if she was absent, but that couldn't be it. She would never skip a day of school. I vaguely recalled seeing her in class that morning. So then, why hadn't she come? She's always so irritating when she's here, and yet her absence left me feeling anxious. I shut the book I had been reading and stood. I can't possibly read in this state. I'm too confuzzled. All because Risa-san hasn't showed her face. What are you doing, Miya? I tried looking in all spots where Risa would come back to look for me, with the hope that I might bump into her. I felt that if I could just hear her lecture me as she did, that would somehow make everything alright. Eventually, I found her in the central courtyard. However, she was with another girl. Oh, JK. Risa-san, are you asleep? Do you notice how tight her jacket is around her boob on the right? It seems a little unnatural, but it's okay. We're not going to talk about that right now. Anyways. Oh my, Risa-san, you're quite the heavy sleeper, aren't you? She was sleeping, breathing softly. Now that I recall, she did mention that she was quite busy with her committee duties lately. I then recalled that she had come searching for me, pleading with me not to make extra work for her. She must have been so exhausted that she fell asleep right here. She really is upstanding and serious, an overachiever. She and I couldn't be more different. Even though it was trying for her, Risa still had concern for me. I fear she might catch a cold like this. I gently approached her as she slept and took a close look at her sleeping face. Up to this point, the only people who had taken any interest in me were ones who had something to gain from it, my own parents included. At first, I thought Risa had only been coming after me out of a sense of obligation as class representative. I assumed when she realized she couldn't control me, she would just leave me alone. Sorry, I'm struggling to go into my nose voice. And so, in all our dealings, I attempted to push her away. Yet, in all her stubbornness, she continued to approach me. Could it be? Is it possible that Risa-san likes me? That moment, the word "like me" left my mouth. A curious heat began rising and radiating in my chest, and I felt a distinct sensation of something welling up inside me. What the fuck is this? No, that isn't it. I was suddenly struck by an intense sense of self-awareness. Yes, Risa-san wasn't the one. It was me. I am the one who was drawn to her. I may have even grown to like her. The person known as Azumi Risa had won me over with her charm. I truly wanted to interact with people indiscriminately, just as Risa did, to establish bonds with others. But I didn't know how to do that, so I kept people at a distance. And so, at some point, it seemed I had yet at the very least come to admire Risa. I whispered quietly in her ear as she slept. Risa, you better watch out, or the bed bugs might get you, and I'm gonna nibble on your ear. If you continue to involve yourself with me, I just might end up falling for you. That was possibly where it all began. After that, I couldn't help but find myself increasingly drawn to her. I was falling for her, and there was nothing I could do about it. I was falling down the stairs of love, one step after the other. Miya-san. Miya's confession ended in a very matter-of-fact tone. I got the feeling she was conveying her honest feelings, but I wasn't sure. I had no clue how I was supposed to respond. I had a hard time believing Miya had seen me in that light this whole time. Oh, she was explaining that whole thing to Risa that whole time. It wasn't just a flashback. Okay. But then all my conversations and interactions with her up to this point came rushing into my head. Now they all took on a whole nother meaning. All those times Miya had been harboring feelings for me. The warmth I had felt that one time, that was from her? Just as I had been conscious of Miya all this time, Miya had been conscious of me as well. All her words and feelings came pouring into me. My brain became overloaded. I felt like my head was about to explode. Stop pouring into me, Miya! I'm drowning! Miya-san, are you alright? Yeah, I'm just gurgling your feelings over here. I'm fine. My voice trembled. I couldn't speak normally. Seeing me like that, Miya let out a little sigh. I suppose you hate me then. Huh? Of course fucking not. I almost kissed you the other day, didn't I? Would someone that hates you not get close to kissing you? Hmm? 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 If that's the case, then you may go. Please don't feel obligated. There was a hint of resignation in her voice, and then she quietly looked down. It felt hopeless. Because I hadn't said anything? That wasn't it. I didn't hate her. I didn't. I just... There was no use. I couldn't get the words out. But there was absolutely no way I could leave Miya here, feeling this way. I didn't want that. I wanted to go to her. But I stood motionless in front of her, as though I were paralyzed. Please just go. If it's pity you're offering, I don't want any. No, I won't go. I had to make my intentions clear somehow. I won't go. Risa-san? Miya's eyes opened wide for a moment, and then she gave me a confusing look. Then she purposely strode towards me. Ah! Miya's beautiful voice was right in front of me. Oh, in front of mine, sorry. There was a pleasant scent about her. All this had me lost in thought, when suddenly... That's so cute! Fireworks. She's so forward. Yeah, I'm suffocating. Choo. What is that sound effects? Choo. This? Maybe. What was this? What was going on? Mia's lips were pressed softly against mine. I was being kissed? Choo. As frigid as Miya was, her lips were warmer than I could have imagined, and soft and compassionate. I had no idea a kiss could be this sweet. What the fuck is this sensation? If I wanted to stop, I could have. I could have pushed her away right then, but instead I did nothing. Yeah, obviously. Also, the fireworks have still been going on. It's been like 30 minutes. Raina says, how many fireworks did you buy? Also, how could you guys talk to each other? It's loud F in there, I bet. Instead, I completely abandoned myself to her. Her lips were conveying her feelings. That's what I sensed. With my strength sapped by that honest kiss, I found myself clinging to Miya. Wow, messed up the words for the first time. Wow, good job, me. You're not trying to get away? Well, Our eyes met and my heart began pounding loudly. My head was in a fog and my face was completely flushed. When I tried to break our gaze, I was forced to look up. And then there was another kiss. You sneaky devil. Am I helping with the noises? I couldn't take it. The stimulation was just too much. I really felt as though all the strength was draining from my body. As I was in a daze, I couldn't think straight. Risa-san, you're gonna make me pass out. Yeah-san, I can't take anymore. Oh, sorry. Like a puppet was with strings cut, I collapsed in a heap right there on the spot. Whoa, that was a skip. That was a time skip? Why are we skipping? Nani the fuck? I tossed and turned, but it was no use. I couldn't sleep. I sat up and looked at the clock. I can't believe what time it is. 11:35. I should have been asleep an hour ago. But despite how exhausted I should have been from the event, sleep wouldn't come. My mind was still running at 120% overdrive. We kissed. Oh, my hand. is moving on its own. And at school of all places, which makes it even more lewd. Miya and I chewed. Even now, Mia's expression, the sound of her voice, and the touch of her lips were all fresh in my mind. That alone was enough to make my body temperature rise. Why? I can't stop thinking about it. That's why I can't fall asleep. Stupid Miya. And yet, that same scene had been replaying over and over in my head for a while now. Just like how I kept remembering Mia's words when she confessed her feelings to me. Miya. That Miya likes me? The Miya who had beauty and brains that I could never achieve in a million years? That Miya was taken with me. Even now I can't believe it, but apparently it's true. And here I was, thrilled at the revelation. Miya, I really do. The words like her came to mind more times than I could count. Just like Miya, I really didn't like her at first. But the more times I saw her, the more time we spent time together, I realized I could show a side of myself to her that I didn't let others see. It was like there's something about Miya that's special to me. But then I tried to make myself conscious about it. I got extremely embarrassed for some reason. Miya and I can't believe we... yeah! Not just once, but twice! 2 whole times! The second time I hadn't even tried to resist. Despite the late hour, I cried out in my room. Risa-san, shut up and go to bed! You hear from the other room. I was so nerve-wracked I couldn't calm down. Or does her mom work the night shift? I don't know. I wonder if this is what love is. If that was the case, then love seemed to be a pretty wonderful thing. It was completely different from how I imagined it would be. It was the same sweet, delightful, beautiful love that the best couples enjoyed. Not to mention, that kiss. That kiss. It was wonderful. It was my first kiss. I figured it would happen to me sooner or later, but it was too embarrassing to talk about. It wasn't even something I discussed with my friends. Do you have friends, Risa-san, that isn't Miya? / your friend? Maybe from other schools, maybe? It was much more wonderful and more pleasurable than I had in mind. I gently traced a finger over the lips Miya had touched. There, this is where Miya's lips... My heart started to race once more. It didn't seem like I would be getting any sleep tonight. I'll bet Miya's feeling the same, I wonder. I kind of hope she was spending the night the same as me, with her heart pounding away. I want to see her again, but I'm a little scared. I wanted to get to know her better, though. It was true, we were constantly arguing. There was more to it than that. I wanted to try to have a normal conversation with her. To think the day would come. When I would be obsessing over Miya like this. I am more shocked than anyone. At any rate, today had certainly been a crazy day. First was the brutal Christmas Fest performance, and then later that night, I couldn't have hoped for that in my wildest dreams. I think this day will stay with me for the rest of my life. And that was how my Christmas Eve wore on. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here for today, actually. I know this episode is a little shorter than usual, kind of by about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm sorry, but I don't want to get into the middle of this next chapter and have to end it. Or this next section. I kind of want to dedicate maybe them finally hooking up after the kiss to a tall episode, so right now I'm just gonna end it, and we can look forward to it next time on Mizuchi Yoruga Plays Video Games, because I don't have anything cool to say as an outro. But anyways, if you're enjoying the series, please comment down below if there's anything that you think I could work on. And if not, please like and subscribe. And guess what? I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!